All right, what's up? All right, well, this is gonna be the first thing I ever really do on this channel and kind of this project. I guess for right now, my name is Dark Luster to you guys. That name's kind of cringy, but it was literally like the first thing I came up with that was simple and hopefully going to be recognizable and kind of stand out. I haven't really seen that name used for art channels before, or maybe I have, and that's where like I thought it was a good idea. I don't know, but yeah, this will be like the first thing that I do on my channel. So let me know how the quality goes, and I'm really hoping that this can be a pretty successful thing for me. It'd be really awesome to just have that following, grow that following, and be able to talk and communicate with you guys. But for this first video, I decided that maybe I should just do like I was thinking like just a tour of my art. So it's not necessarily any specific sketchbook or like a completion of a full drawing book or concept art book. It's just going to be like some of the drawings that are relatively recent. I think I'm going to be showing you some things from like 2023, but and to current date as well. But just to kind of give you an idea of like what style of drawings and art that I do. A lot of it is pretty gory. I'm inspired a lot by like deathcore, which is a genre of music, hardcore. Just I'm really into like the metal scene, and I always have been since like I was a little kid. It's kind of like the aesthetic, and like I've been part of the alt community since like I was little, because my parents were like alt teenagers when they had me. So it's kind of something that's been like hardwired into my brain, so it comes out with my drawings a lot. So if you're sensitive to like more mature content and like blood and like gore and stuff like that, you're probably not gonna like my channel, and that's okay. There's a lot of other super cool aesthetic channels out there, but that is kind of like the goal I'm trying to do. So if you're like tuning in on something late at night just to watch and relax, and I'm drawing something crazy, and you're not expecting it, this is your warning. I'm just letting you know, like, sorry. And I don't even know if YouTube's gonna let me go ahead and post some of the drawings I do. There's no nudity, I don't draw that kind of stuff, but just from the content of like graphic nature of the things that I do. But that's not everything, so I'm gonna be showing you a little bit of everything, so you know. So just a little warning on that. But I would like to talk about like my journey and stuff like that, but we can get into that in the other videos if you'd like. But yeah, with that and yapping so much, which is gonna be kind of a that's gonna be something that happens often. Let's get into it. So I'm gonna start with the sketchbook that I've had. I've had it for maybe a little less than a year. I think I'm halfway through it. But this was actually just to practice shading and sketching and having something on the go. I got this because I was trying to keep myself consistently drawing. For me, I'm a very hobby-oriented person, so trying to stick with one thing for a long time is really hard for me. Even something like art, which is what I've been doing my whole life, like since like as long as I remember. I saw like Soul Eater, the anime, once at my aunt's house, and I was like, I want to do that for a living. I want to draw for a living. And ever since that, my journey was just to like get better and learn how to draw. And of course at first it was learning how to draw anime, but then I kind of pulled it into like my own style. So I would say that I'm pretty decent at art. Like I'm going to make it my profession later on down the road, which is why I really hope this works out, and you like this. But without further ado, this is just to help me like sketch and stuff like that. And so this was the first one that I did in the sketch. A lot of these are actually Pinterest pictures, and something that's a problem with me when I draw is I have a very hard time drawing something good that I enjoy. I'm an extremely harsh critic. Like, I definitely have like kind of like philosopher style of doing things, and Victorian painting style of doing things, where like I get really distressed or really difficult on myself even through the process of drawing. Like, everything has to be perfect, and I know that a lot of artists out there are also going through the same thing, so I won't go into detail on it. But if I don't know what I'm going to draw and I don't have the picture perfectly in my head, it is really hard for me to make something that I enjoy. It's really hard for me to make a finished product that I really enjoy. So Pinterest has been a really big help just on the sketching side of just being able to do something every day, with just finding a picture that I like and drawing that picture. And it's always like real life pictures of people. And so this is a real life picture on Pinterest that I found, and doing it in my style and just trying to make sure that I capture every single detail as much as I can. That's like what the first half of this was, and then I started to get bored of that and do other things. But yeah, so there's this one too. This one was really fun. The picture wasn't completed though, so I wasn't really able to get any of this in there. But as you can see, my style is still pretty anime-ish, I would say. I think it's just very stylized anime at this point. I can draw super basic anime, but I absolutely just hate it because I know I can draw things like this. This is like one of my favorite sketches I did. I did this actually at school in one of my classes. I was just really bored. I had done everything already. I had a free period, so that was done in like 45 minutes, which is really impressive for how much detail is in it. I really wish I could have done her hand better, because oh my god, it's huge. But you know, hands are a thing. This one is just another very aesthetic picture that I liked. This is a shotgun back there. I need to get better at drawing guns, because you'll see in a little bit, I actually have 3 mangas that I'm making, 3 different series. They all coexist within the same world, but they all have different styles of drawing, different styles of narrative, and different goals and stories and characters. But last time I checked, I've been like doing this kind of manga thing. Like, this story has been going on since I was like in 3rd grade with one character, which is like the main plot. And I have like over like 100 characters with backgrounds and like everything now. I just need to get it on paper and off my head at this point. So guns, I really need to learn how to draw guns better. But yeah, this is just kind of the gist of the way I draw people. I would say that I like my style a lot. What I really need to get better at is getting good at finishing things. I used to be really good at finishing things. Like, I would sit down, I would draw for like 3 hours straight, maybe even 4 hours straight, from start to finish, complete a drawing, and then like go along with my day. But like, for some reason, I just stopped doing that. I don't know why. Maybe my ADHD got worse or something. This is actually a concept for for a video game I'm developing. Because lore drop, when I said I'm going to be doing art as a profession, I meant as a video game developer. So I actually am going to school for that right now, and I also have 2 video games under development at the moment with my friend, who is also a video game developer. My best friend, I've known him for a very long time. But this is a boss of one of our characters. Another really bad sketch. This is one where I wasn't really feeling it, and you can kind of tell that I wasn't really feeling it, because like, what is that? These are actually some toys that I found on Pinterest, and I thought they were really cool looking, so I like drew them. This was going to be a tattoo design for one of my friends. Lore drop. I did want to do tattoo. I have all this stuff. I just need to practice more. This is also another boss for the game. If you can't tell, this is actually not even that creative, because this is an actual angel from like the Bible. His name is Ophanim. I just think he's cool looking because he's got a bunch of eyes. I don't know what this was, but I was bored. As you can tell, like, you can see, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I can tell when I don't know what to draw, things just don't come together the way I like them to. But album cover art has been something I really, really enjoy. So that's why you're going to see a lot of graffiti, because I do graffiti as well. Legally, though, like on paper. I do a lot of like deathcore logos and things like that. I just love art, and one of my favorite things about art is album covers, because I like to look at the album covers and listen to music, and it like brings like the whole album together for me. So I kind of make them up when I'm listening to music, my own kind of album cover art. I really like this one. I don't know why, but everything just went exactly perfect. Like everything went right. Her eyes went great. Her fingers a little long. I love the stature. I love the pose. I love the proportions are great. And the gun looks... This is the best gun I've ever drawn. And it is in the most stupidly hard angle. And I did it with almost no problems. Like there's barely any erasing that happened. The fingers look great. I think she's missing a finger. No, she's not. It's in there. Just kidding. But yeah, I really, really like this one. Here's another one of those funny little figures that I found, and I wanted to draw it. This is pain. That's what this is. My friend wanted me to draw this other little action figure that we got on like on an anime action figure rant one day. Okay, and that's why there's a lot of them. But he wanted me to draw this one, so I drew it. I personally don't really like how it turned out. I just feel like it's not me, I think, but specifically like her mechanics of it. Like the neck thing, I didn't realize I didn't like it till I looked at it. And I was like, I guess I don't really like this action figure as much as I thought I did. This is Ramon's art piece. It's really great. Ramon's the friend that I work in development with, by the way. This is an uncompleted boss for the second game. I'm gonna hold off on finishing her, and you can kind of see like the process that I do now with all like the construction marks. If you want like a tutorial, or you want tutorials later on, please let me know. I'd love to do that for you, but I'm only gonna really do that if y'all ask for it, because then I just feel like I'm giving unneeded information like an old man. But yeah, a lot of this stuff is like things that I've seen on Pinterest, like, and it's all coming from real life. So this was an actual like one of those idol statues. I thought it was really cool because I noticed, which is something I do notice a lot in studies, is that the legs curve naturally when they're going to places, instead of like always being like boom joint, or like, you know, very structured joints. I forget that stuff like curves. So I noticed that on this one, and I wanted to try it out. I have no idea. This is one of those times where I just know I need to practice drawing, but I had nothing to like go off of. I had no inspiration or anything, and it turned out to be this terrible piece. I wouldn't even call it a piece. This is just more random stuff. This is honestly just more of a doodle than it was anything actually serious. Like I said, these are just sketches. Same thing with this one. I had an Affliction shirt on, and so I like got inspired by the shirt I was wearing to do that. This is a good example of a deathcore album cover. I'm actually in a couple bands right now. I'm in 3. I'm in a hardcore band, a kind of, I guess, grunge performative band, I guess. I mean, I'm not really a performative person, if you know that kind of aesthetic, but the music I make is kind of like it. I don't know. It just sounds like Wisp plus Loathe. If you're a music person, you're going to like this channel, because I really love music. But this is actually an album cover for one of the bands, which is a MySpace deathcore band. But this will be one of the, not album covers, but just a single cover. And this is where you can kind of see the gore aspect of it, but trust me, it gets a little more intense. This is another character for one of our games. Oh, for the second game. I say second because we were heavy in development on the first one, and then we got a little sidetracked and got inspiration for a different one. So there's like 1 and 2. Same thing with this one. Same thing with this one. A little bit more mech. I'm trying to get into mech drawings. It's really hard. But yeah, it can be difficult. Once again, this is another drawing for the... my gosh, sorry, I'm sitting on my freaking mic's cable. Okay, perfect, that's much better. No, this is another one for my second, another character design for my second one, game. Sorry, I don't know why I forgot how to say game for a second. And this is more stuff that you can see my process, but I literally gave up on. I had no idea what to do with this. And then this is kind of showing you like more of my actual style. This style is, this is kind of more me, more stylized version. This is actually a single cover for one of the bands I'm in. This is Daphne's Body. It's a play off of the movie Jennifer's Body. If you've seen that one, then you know it's pretty good. And if you didn't like it, then maybe this channel isn't for you, because Jennifer's Body is a pretty classic horror movie. It's not even really horror. It's kind of thriller-ish. It's just an aesthetic movie. But yeah, like my band takes influence from deathcore, MySpace deathcore bands like Amulet, Reverend, Katie Went Missing, Tactosa, Listomize, Slamwich. If you don't know who I'm talking about, maybe you're just like in the mainstream deathcore, so like Lorna Shore, Job for a Cowboy, Suicide Silence. But if you don't know what I'm talking about at all, you can definitely go and check them out. The artists that the bands that I listed, but this stuff's underground and it's pretty extreme. So if you're more into softer stuff, I would advise not to listen to it. Extreme music and extreme lyrics, but that's kind of like, if you know what I'm talking about, or if you're kind of getting an understanding of like kind of, I'm a little bit of a weirdo. I wouldn't even say weirdo. It's a very popular genre, just not as popular as mainstream genres. I'm pretty like specific, I guess. But this is obviously what I meant by more gory and graphic stuff. But I like it. It's really fun to draw, and it's really easy to draw for me. Sorry, my throat was really dry. I needed water. But this is also the last drawing in here, and I drew this about like 2 days ago. But I really like this kind of art style, and I find it really something I enjoy drawing very easily as well. Now going on to like some studies that I've done, I do a lot of commissions and manga stuff, but deep down, I am a very like passionate, philosophic, that's not even a word again, like artist. So things like my favorite artist is Nicola Samori. If you've never seen any of his art, you should check it out. He's even got a little documentary. It's really slow and in a different language, but it's worth the watch if you're really into art like that. When I want people, like, I want to be known in the art world, right? And like when people say my name, I don't want them to think of the anime or the mangas. I mean, they can, that's cool, but that's not my goal. I want them to think of like more things like this, which is like I would say my like legitimate style, like not being influenced by mangas, not being influenced by like a story or character design or style. This is me. Everything about these types of pieces are very, very specific. I do a lot of headdresses and crowns, and the characters, the subjects are characters, but they're not from mangas or anything like that. They're very specific to what I'm trying to get across, and very specific to what I'm doing within the subject and within the painting or within the drawing. They do have stories. They do have stories to tell. They do have backgrounds, but not in the same kind of way as a normal character progression and characteristic would have. I really want to do a piece. I would really like to do a piece on camera, but that's something that you guys should ask for. If you really want, you should let me know, because then I can like go through the process and actually explain like what everything means, because every little piece in these things, down to the amount of beads on their person, have a specific meaning to them. But this is actually off of doing a study, so I have another one that's like this, but it's not my own drawing. So if you don't know what a study is, I did a study off of Nicolas Samori two times. I did one for sketching, which is not this one. That one is hung up because I really liked it, and it was my first time. And I did one for painting. Basically what that is it's like copying somebody's art word for word, not to make it your own or say it's your own, but to understand how to draw like that. For example, it's like seeing the finished product of a math formula or like a math problem. You can see you see how what's supposed to be, but you don't know how to get there. So you have to watch and see and copy the entire problem number for number, so you understand the process on how to get the outcome you got or they got. And that's literally the same thing that a study is. It's studying, because I copied and I learned the process, and I was able to make my own piece, which is this one. And so, for example, I am currently working on my own painting piece, but this was the study for the piece that is under work right now, which I don't have near me because it's much larger. But this is a Nicolas Samori painting. I want to be very clear about that. All I did was I copied it and I painted it, so I could learn how to paint Victorian art styles. I've always self-taught myself, and that was the best way for me to do it. The only thing that's different about this one is the crown. Once again, I said I really love crowns and things like that. You'll see that in the next sketchbook, which has a piece that I'm still doing, and I'm actually really proud of how it's going. But yes, this is kind of more my style. I added that in because creative liberty, but just want to be very clear, this is a study. And it's my first time painting in general too, so. But yeah, I made that about a year ago, and now I'm working on my own. The knowledge I gained from that. And now for the last one. This is the new format that I mentioned that I really like drawing on now. This is also kind of more characters, and it's also majority of this book, which I'm going to flip through really fast, is a manga manuscript for the newest manga edition, a newest series edition to the world I have. I've got a lot of stuff happening. I don't remember if I mentioned or not, but I've been making characters since I was in 3rd grade. So I have over 100 characters that need to be put on paper so I can get this stuff off my chest. But this is the new format I really like drawing on, just 'cause it's so big and so easy. This is a character of mine, and this is probably one of my favorite characters to draw, and probably one of my favorite character designs in general. Her character design is so specific and so cool and different, to the point where I just it's very easy for me to draw her well because of all the specifics and all the things that she has with them. And I know everyone says characters should be basic, they should have very specific things done to them so that they can be imprinted in the mind easily. I don't care. I love tiny details, so she's got a lot of them. But yeah. Yeah, she's super fun. This is another one. This is actually the first time drawing her ever. So this is an actual way I character design. I do a big kind of front portrait, so you get the details of the hair and the face and the looks and the iconic kind of additives to them. I do kind of how they attack or how they fight, or something that's very specific to them that they do and will do often in the mangas, and a better picture of what they look like in general. I also like to draw their name in the kind of aesthetic that they are based off of. This is a watermark that I did for somebody. You can actually go check out their channel too. Not channel, sorry. Their Instagram. Their name is Bambo, and they do like drift edits and videos like that. But this is the watermark he asked me for because he knew that I did a lot of deathcore kind of stuff, and he just wanted something simple but heavy. And so I actually really like this because of the symmetry. It's super simple, which is really hard to get things to look good when they're simple. But it turned out really well. And this, bumped my camera. And this is what I meant by what I want to be remembered by. This is my style. This is legitimately, this is me. This is influenced by the kind of category I'm drawing in. For example, manga is obviously going to be anime. Commissions are always going to be whatever they want kind of style. This is me completely. This is what I want to be recognized for. And this is a piece that I'm still working on. And every single thing in this piece, even down to like the blood drip, has a very specific meaning. But this is what I meant by my style of drawing. And I would love to complete this on camera with commentary on what is happening and like what this piece resembles, what it means. But this is what I meant by unsettling. Is like they're just they're different, and a lot of people think they're a little scary or something like that. I've had a lot of different comments, and most of them are about it being unsettling. And all of my words, if you ever find one of my pieces and try to read it, good luck. It's all in Latin. There's a very specific reason for that. It's either in Latin or it's in Hebrew, but I try not to stay away from Hebrew just because Hebrew is still a living language and I'm not the best translator. These are two of my favorite characters. These are actually main characters for the newest series I have going on, which this is great because these are the main characters way later in life, by the way. Like this, you're getting a sneak peek into stuff you shouldn't be seeing if you're interested in reading the mangas, which, by the way, I'm still doing everything of my mangas on traditional things, traditional paper. So if you have a way to convert my traditional drawings onto I know the quick answer is scan everything. If you have a place to do that, or a best way to get traditional into manga format to read online, please let me know. And if there's, because I'm slowly transitioning from traditional for my mangas to my XP pen art pad. It's taken a second, but because I do these mangas are going to be readable, but I've been having trouble figuring out how to really start that. I have the first two mangas of the other series complete, and I'm still working on this one. But if you have a website that you would like to see me post my mangas on first, let me know, because I haven't done anything yet. They have not been seen by public eyes. So if you have a spot, shout me out, let me know, help me out. But yeah, this is the rest of this book is literally a manuscript for all of this is that manga. This is the first issue of that manga. But yeah, let me know what you guys want to see. Like I said, yeah, all of this is that one manga. I think there's one concept drawing in here that's not, but it goes for a long time. Oh, there's a concept drawing. This is a boss in the first. This is a boss in the first video game I'm making, and let me just tell you, I do have some experience, pretty decent experience in my XP pen pad, because all the art and animations for the first game are done by me by hand, frame for frame. It's torturous. I don't know why I did that to myself, but it's really good for practicing consistency. I wouldn't suggest it though, at all. But yeah, the rest of this is the manuscript for the manga. If you want to see me draw some manga pages, let me know. I would like to do that. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, that would have to be something you should let me know if you really want to see, because also drawing the manga pages, I'm kind of giving away the manga, before it's even out, and then you're like, oh, I've already seen it. Like I watched him draw it, so I don't need to read it anymore. So we'll have to figure out a way to do that. But yeah, that's gonna be kind of it for today. I just wanted to do like a big overview of all the kind of different styles I do, because I felt like if I just kind of went into these things with no context, and I even thought about making this channel with no audio and just drawing, which was going to be my first idea, I felt like it'd be very confusing for y'all if I went from like one style to a completely different style to a completely different style to a completely different style, and it just be no context. I feel like jumping around like that in different themes, especially with all the gore that I do, would be a little weird and just kind of hard to follow and enjoy. But that's just me. I like to be organized. But yeah, so I do want to be really like interactive with you guys. I want to build a community that talks and asks questions and asks for things and builds, and everyone's learning and growing and doing good things. I really want a very active community, and so I'm really hoping that you'll just like support me with that and give me that. That's like a big dream of mine, and it'd be really, really awesome. I'd love to do so much, and if you even like, I'm even down to turn this place into a I moved the camera. I'm even down to make this like a lifestyle channel, because I like art kind of follows me throughout everything that I do. I do a lot of skateboarding. I do a lot of music. I do a lot of like my own clothing line too. Garbage skatewear. If you want to go check that out, you should go check that out. I'm about to drop like 12 new things that are like all limited edition. That's it. Like they're one pieces and that's it. Like, so I do art with everything that I do, because my big thing and my kind of like motto, I guess, mantra, I don't know, is that like, if you love doing something and you put your time and effort into it, why is it not making you money? Like, you can make it pay off and support your life, so you can keep doing it. And so that's kind of like why I have so many hobbies and why I kind of go an extra mile on all of them. But yeah, this is pretty much the gist of what I'm gonna do. Let me know what you like, what you want to see, and I hope that you'll stay and continue just watch and be on the lookout for my videos. I'm Dark Luster for now, I guess. Maybe I'll tell you my real name later on. I don't know. But for now, I'm Dark Luster, and I'll see you guys next time.